All right, it looks like we are live. That's exciting, and that's awesome. So we're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Folks, if you're just tuning in with us, this is definitely one of the conversations to be a part of. We're going to be imagining the possibilities of AI with James Richey here from Jufit AI and my co-host Serena Yu with Titan AI. How are y'all doing?
Very
Good.
good. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope the daylight savings, everybody's doing okay.
Oh, that's why everybody woke up a little weird today. It was daylight savings. I knew. Did we gain an hour or we
We
lost
actually lost
one?
an hour.
James, you are in your new location over at Blackfire. That's really exciting. Would you please do us the honor of introducing yourself and the project you're working on?
Yes, my name is James Richey. I am the CEO and founder of Jufit. Jufit is a technology company. We're using data, robotics, and AI to disrupt everything we thought we knew about fitness. So basically, in two 15-minute sessions each week, we're going to use data and robotics to replace your 2 to 6 hours you spend in the gym each week. We are a data company. AI is going to be a heavy part of what we do because AI is going to learn the human body. So eventually, we're going to prescribe your fitness. Everyone's body is a little bit different. So over time, AI is going to sit there and manipulate our three inputs to improve your workout and all of your biometric data.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I am so excited for this because I am a big fitness junkie. I mean, like, not that big, but I've always feel like, exercising is number one priority for me. So I am so excited to hear. This is really amazing. Yeah. Thank you for coming on board with us today, Dr. James.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how AI is going to start changing everything that we've got our hands in. And so you got your hands in fitness, and AI is poised to really disrupt the fitness industry with the way JewelFit works. I'm familiar with the workout because I've done the workout, but can you talk a little bit more specifically to how AI is making your revolutionary workout possible?
The first part of it, and whether you call it AI, some people would label it as AI, we're using force matching technology. So basically, as you're pushing the weight machine, it is reading your output and using cycling current voltage to match your force exactly in real time. So that's, if you want to call that automated AI, you can. But the next big step of this is AI is going to start learning. We're taking 1,000 points of measurement along your range of motion. So we're going to tell you where you should be strong in that range of motion based on the levers of the human body. And then as we start looking at your rate of improvement over time, AI is going to sit there and iterate. And eventually, once it has enough data, it's going to automatically take one of the three inputs. We have the negative, which is an input. We have muscle tears, which is mostly happens on the concentric. And then we have lactic acid buildup. So those three variables, we're going to sit there and manipulate those based on the output of the human body. And over time, we're going to improve your outcome in the gym by doing that.
Wow.
That's pretty exciting. Um, so it sounds like that JewelFit AI will essentially act as like my personal trainer one day in the future because it'll have visibility on all my workouts and make recommendations and all that sort of thing.
Exactly. And the next level of this is we're going to take all your biometric data, whether it's from a Fitbit, from a Whoop, from an Aura ring. We're going to take sleep. We're going to take HRV, all of those variables. And we're also going to feed this into a timeline. And then beyond that, we'll be adding food, we'll be adding genetic testing. We've got 72 blood markers. So eventually, any decision you make in your life, along with the input from the workout and from biometric devices, AI is going to tell you whether or not that is a good decision for you based on your heart rate variability, which we want to see increasing all the time, as much as possible. We want to see the resting heart rate go down. We want to see deep sleep and REM sleep improve. So over time, based on those variables, anything you decide to input into your life or eliminate, one of the big areas that I think the fitness community as a whole has missed. What happens when you eliminate something from your life? Let's say you eliminate alcohol. How does that affect everything else you do? What if you decide to become a vegan? Well, if you do that, you better become a good vegan because you need to make sure you're getting your vitamin B's, all of that. So eventually we want you to make decisions in your life. I don't care what anyone else does. I want you to have control over your wellness based on the to put into the system.
Wow, I'm mind blowing. I'm so excited for this and I can't wait to get my hands on this. Oh my gosh. Personalized AI, personalized fitness, personalized health. That's amazing.
Yeah, so James, I mean, you've been in this space, and obviously there's AI is relatively young, right? ChatGPT's only been in the market for a full year, and then a couple months after that, and there's been all of these different learning language models, different action models that have like flooded the market, and also all of these apps and technologies that have been built on top of AI. We're in what feels like a AI gold rush, and it's been less than 2 years of market adoption, which is insane because we're seeing really cool all of these really cool applications that you're talking about today. But let's, in the theme of this podcast, imagining the possibilities of AI. If you had a magic wand, or if you had a way to predict what it would look like in 5 years from now, how much more transformed would the industry really be?
I I mean, right now, just with what I can put out probably about 10 to 100 times more than I could before AI came out. And I'm using it everything from doing research and development. I'm using it for just, outputs, whether it's marketing. I basically am taking Jewel Fit, everything about Jewel Fit, and I'm loading it into AI along with the bios of my board of advisors, and off of that I'm iterating the output. So I can do an introduction, I can do a press release. I'm doing it all off of my information, but it writes much faster and to be totally honest, much better than I would. And I can do it in 5 minutes instead of iterating on a press release. um, and then another step that I'm currently testing, Sean, Sean, we need to get him on here at some point. We're taking AI, let's say, for instance, if we call it expanding the human brain. So imagine if I
Hmm.
could put a wall around the company, a Jewel Fit. And inside that wall, anytime I want to follow, let's say like a Huberman, if I want to follow his health advice or all of the studies from PubMed, we can dump all of those inside that wall and then we can iterate off an AI output from that. So, for instance, it becomes like the brain of Jewel Fit or the brain of an individual. And anytime I find any information or study that's relative to us, it gets put inside that wall. The good thing about this is if you come to work for Jewel Fit, now you have access, you can ask questions to that AI. So you essentially know everything that's in my head and everything that I'm trying to build into this company. And then if you leave the company, you no longer have access to it. So we're basically creating this massive IP pool, and it's going to include a lot of information externally from all of the people that I follow, from all of the books, from all of the studies, and I've got that all in one spot, and we're using AI to iterate off of that.
Yeah, that's definitely super cool. I mean, having your own corporate brain that your staff can tap into, that your advisors can tap into, that our users, the customers we serve, they can tap into. the possibilities there are really endless. Serena, do you think this is a good time to show our clip?
Yeah, no, I do have one more question. I am wondering, how do you feel that, like personal trainers or physicians, can work together with True Fitness?
Well, as far as the trainers go, in Las Vegas, we're going to have some of the highest paid trainers in the business. And we want to iterate from that, in that, if they came and became part of our system, we've got the data to prove the output of, essentially we're going to have the largest exercise fitness study going on in history. That's the ultimate goal. So even if you're a personal trainer that's not with JewelFit, eventually the access to that data, do you have your clients doing 10 sets, or is it one set to failure, or is it 5 reps, is it 8 reps? All of that data is going to be accessible. So the goal is to move, whether you come with JewelFit or not, to move you forward and being able to provide your clients with good information.
That's
Now,
amazing.
I'm sorry. As far as physicians go, we essentially are taking 1,000 points of measurement along your range of motion. So that output, eventually you will have, and I hate to use the term NFT, but that for the concept, you will be able to go to your doctor and you're going to have imagine the last 10 years of data. You walk into your doctor and you have your HRV, you have your resting heart rate, you have your sleep, you have everything that's happened in your life, and you can hand that over to a doctor. A doctor, using AI, can ask any question about your history and get that information. And then, because you have control over your data, 5 days later, 7 days later, all your data is going to disappear, and it gives you back control of it. So eventually we want to be able to assist the physicians with, that entire history that they don't get when you go to get, your first checkup with a new doctor.
Is it okay if we have time? Is it okay if you share with us a little bit about your background and how you start JewelFit?
Yes, my background is I built assembly lines, did robotics for more than 20 years. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. I've always been involved in the fitness industry. About, 12 years ago, I did a startup for someone else. And that did not work out on my side. It worked out on their side. And then I went into consulting. I did turnaround consulting in small business for about 7 years. And then a few years back, Curve sold for $1.9 billion. And a very good friend of mine from college called me up and he said, "We're going into the specialty fitness business." And I said, "Well, I've got the workout for you." And that's kind of how it all started.
Amazing. I love to hear this. Thank you so much. And yes, Elias, if you want to show a little bit of our sneak peek about our Titan device, and we'd love to invite you to our VIP launch on March 20th. And if you can attend and give us your expert feedback, it would be amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play this, but before I do, because we'll all go off mute for the 30 seconds it'll play. It's a wearable device that you'd pin on yourself, and just going back to what you're sharing, James, about being able to exchange information with doctors and your trainers and whatnot. There's definitely an interesting space of possibility of interoperability between all of these AI devices, collecting information on behalf of us and then sharing that between devices and between stakeholders. And so I'm going to play this, and then afterwards we'd love to hear your reactions on what you think this might be able to do.
So that's a sneak peek of our device.
Very nice. No, I know of your device, and I've been following you guys as you develop this. I think there's some very interesting use cases for this device, um, and I'm sure someone else has thought of this before. But if that device allows you to go to a, whether it's a conference or a meetup, and to record all that information and iterate on the follow up, my biggest issue whenever I go to an event is, the following day it takes half your day to follow up. But with the device like that, you'll be able to follow up. You can go to conferences anytime. You listen to a speaker. AI could essentially be iterating off of what that speaker is telling you as far as gathering background information and so forth.
Definitely. My question to you is, what about Jules Fit? Do you guys use, or what type of tools that you guys use to kind of like the same thing that you were just saying, like, recording all the informations, tracking the progress, of your customers? Do you guys use any type of tools that are similar to this that, would help speeding up, with the administrative tasks, how like that can be a burden to a lot of industries, and so what do you feel like it can help with Jules Fit?
Well, what I plan to use the device for, assuming that it'll do what I think it'll do, within a company, the biggest waste of money is meetings. You have 20 people in a meeting, you have sales, you have operations. Well, if you have a device like this and then you have AI that can iterate off of that, only one person needs to be in that meeting, and then everyone needs access to the part of the meeting that applies to them. So I think this could be a really great device for recording every meeting and disseminating it throughout the company to those stakeholders who actually need to use that information.
Awesome.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that's unique about the direction that Titan will go with its wearable is that it's not just prompted by the user, like how all of the other tools are, like, hey Siri. Instead, Titan a human, and oh no, I turned on Siri. I turned on Siri. I don't know if y'all can still interrupts the audio. Yeah, so when you prompt your assistant to come off, that's really cool. But Titan can prompt you, and so I imagine like somebody going to a workout, and the JewelFit app is communicating to Titan at the same time, and can see when somebody is about to like break their records, but just needs that push, and so then the pin could go, push harder, you could do this, or some kind of encouraging message, or experiment with whatever message helps people perform better on that graph. That's just one idea.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we'll share a lot more during our live launch on March 20th. And so VIP launch is on March 20th, but we're going to open to the public on Friday, March 22nd. So follow us on all of our social medias to have the first look at what Titan can do.
Very good. I look forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
James. Anything else you want to share with us before we jump off?
No, I think it's a great concept, and I can't wait to test it and iterate off the ideas of what we can do with that. If I have a new professional trainer and someone asks a question, and if that feedback, the answers that I want to be fed back based on our theories, um, that could be a phenomenal thing for all businesses.
Awesome.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much. And how can we follow Jules Fit?
Okay, thank you.
You may have missed the question, but I'll just answer it. So we can go to JewelFit AI to learn more about JewelFit, and then I want to come in to get another workout in. How can folks get in touch to learn how you can come get a workout in?
Yes, go to JoulFit, JOULEFIT.ai, and register your information. And we are live at 8400 West Sunset here in Las Vegas. Please come be my guest and try a workout like you've never had.
When are you opening up more locations in San Francisco Bay Area? I want to join.
We're in our next round of raising. We'll open the first 5 to 6 locations in Las Vegas, and then we'll be expanding in concentric circles from here. So you guys aren't too far outside of, the earlier stages.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, James. Have a great.
Thank you very much.